Hello traders, welcome to the Morning Glory video trading update. It's Tune up on here, founder of Master Markets, Illitrace Conference and the Traders Open Day. So today we are on cable. So on cable over here, we are looking at a long position. So the long position over here is what we've got is an entry on this point here after the retracement happened over here on cable. Currently we are on this trade just near break even. Okay, we will see how that carries on into all this resistance levels what I've shown over here. As it moves into that, there'll be strength, and our target is at 12991, 12996, which is just below the 130 level. We'll see how that trade resumes. And let me just show you the account positions at the moment. So as you can see over here, we're just around breaking even over here, just hovering around that line. We will wait patiently and we'll see, because patience is a very important thing in this game. Okay, do remember that all your research and your pre-planning must have been done before you get into the trade. Very critical, traders, very critical that you must have done all of the pre-planning and the research before you get into the trade, and you must know all the different price route probabilities that the trade will take. This is what we all cover in much more detail, Traders Basecamp beginner and intermediate workshop. Okay, so I'll pause the video here and then we'll resume it later, and also I'll also do a Forex Friday update for you all as well, the trade reconcile, and also cover a topic very soon as well. Alright traders, so great news over here. So on cable, on Morning Glory, we have hit our target over here. So awesome stuff over there on 0.8. Efficient market, we let it run to 0.8. However, momentum was a bit struggling towards the 0.8 target at 12998, as you can see over here on the charts. Right, now let me just show you that on the 1 hour chart, where we got all our levels marked up. You can see that 12998.8 over here is what we had. Efficient market, but however on the way towards there, price was struggling. Momentum was a bit weak. Okay, on the route to get there, as if you're watching the screens, you will know what I'm talking about. So that's why over here, as you can see, I did split the positions. I did scale out 3 lots and left 1.5 running at that particular point. Okay, so overall we did just a little bit less than 500 pounds on this trade, just a little bit less than 500 pounds on this trade. So 500 pounds on that trade, banked in about 45 pips. Okay, based on 2 positions split on 3 lots and 1.5. I scaled it out. If you had let it run at the total full size, then of course, then what you would have captured is still the same. I mean, like 40. I mean, like what we're talking about here. I mean, 31 pips. 31 pips is what you would have captured. 31 pips is what you would have captured, and 31 pips at 3 lots, which what we are doing at the moment, would be 930 pounds, just a little bit less than 1,000 pounds profit. Okay, that's almost about 3/4 of the wage that a worker gets by going in the tube and all the office and being sardined and all that kind of stuff, right? So trading, there's a great opportunity here, but of course here we are here to establish the truth in the industry, and therefore I must say that yes, it requires a lot of research, but when you hang around the professionals, we shortcut the journey for you, you know. And Traders Basecamp, our 2-day workshop, is an immediate, incredible start for you guys. All right, high quality, statistical based systems and strategies which will be taught at the workshop. Right, so today's topic, what I want to do before I go on to reconcile what we usually do on Forex Friday, I just want to teach to you about this thing, what we call the 3 types of target. 3 types of target, okay? 3 types of target. Now, the first type of target is what we call the money target. Okay, it's called the money target. Now the money target is just basically just based on the usual one that most people be common with, will be usually used to, is the reward to risk ratio kind of money based targets. Okay, so for example, if you risk £100, you just want to make £200, and you place your target where you would get your £200. So for imagine if you're putting at £10 a pip, and therefore your risk is 10 pips stop loss, let's say, right? This is the maximum you can only lose £100. All this type of risk management we teach you at Traders Base Camp. £20, £10 a pip. If I want to put my target, then it should be 20 pips away from my entry. This is just based on money target only. So if I'm entering, let's say, at 125.00 and my stop loss at 124.90, and my target has got to be at 25.20. Yes, you guys guessed it right. So 20 pips away from the entry at £10 a pip will give you £200 profit, and 10 pips stop loss away will give you 10 pips of stop loss, and that's £100 risk. So that's just based on money. So if I'm risking £100, I just want to make twice. If I'm risking £1,000, then £2,000, £10,000, then £20,000 profit. Okay, just based on money, simple reward to risk ratio. You can then decide what you want: 3 to 1, 2 to 1, or 1.5 to 1 is what you got to think and decide. Everything that we choose over here is based on research, okay, statistical based. I showed some of the stats on how we choose our target points based on our research over 10, 20 years, and with the help of in-house programmers. Okay, that's what we professionals do. All right. Okay, good. So that's the money-based target. That's good that you got the drift of that. Now. The second type of target is what we call time-based target. Okay, time-based target. So what we say is that if it doesn't, it's got to reach the target within, let's say, maybe 5 hours, or within 5 days if you're swing trading. So we put a time base. If it does not hit it within 5 hours or 5 days or whatever that you specify, we exit the trade manually. Okay, we exit the trade manually. Or what you can do is you can also put a time-based target saying that after 5 hours, I'm just going to close the trade. Okay, or after 5 days, I'm just going to close the trade. That's the maximum amount I'm going to leave it to run. Okay, so that's time-based target. All right. Now, the final one, what I want to talk to you about is the most common one, which is called the technical target. Okay, technical target is what usually people use. They put their targets at big numbers. Let's say over here, the bigger one over here right now is 130, is what a lot of traders are looking at. So big numbers is one. So many types of technical targets we can use. Big numbers. Next one is support resistance. Very common one, moving averages or horizontal support resistance lines, everything that we teach at Traders Base Camp as well, all the basics as well, and also the intermediate stuff in terms of how you can actually gauge whether critical support resistance is really strong. For us over here at Master Markets, we use a lot of swing highs and swing lows, swing points, okay, and they have been mathematically formulated as well with our smart money indicator, which has got a very strong edge. So, coming back to this, the three types of targets. So the last one, technical, there's so many different types that you can use. The main ones are big numbers and support and resistance levels. Support and resistance levels, there's so many different variations. The one that we usually use over here is swing high and swing lows. Okay, I guess that gives you an overview of what types of target you can use. So money, time, and technical. Now, here's the final, really important tip I'm going to give you. Important, very critical tip I'm going to give you that you got to go and think about. Now, if I want to ask you the question of which of these targets is the best, and I know some of you will be thinking, Tiru, which of this is the best one? Is it the money? Is it the time? Is it technical? If you were to just segregate them as it is, some people say it's only time is one of the best ones, and then followed by technical, and money is the last because it's really weak, because there's no substantiation behind it. But now I'm going to give you a very critical point over here, okay, that will really help you, and you need to think about, which can help you also boost your trading strategy itself. Traders, when you use a combination of them, that's when your targets become very strong. Combination. You need to use a combination of those targets. It becomes very strong. Okay. That's when your target's got a very strong validation and you'll be hitting them really quite often as well. Okay, with the flow of the market. So, for example, what you can say is that my first target is going to be a support resistance level. But however, if it doesn't hit it within the certain time, then I'm going to take it out. And it's also got a minimum. It's got to be a minimum at least 2 to 1 reward to risk as well. Okay, so when you use a combination of all of this, you can see the cluster points where they're all correlating, and that's when your target becomes very strong. Okay, that's all the research that we carry on to do over here at Master of the Markets. We look at cluster points between common points at our target levels. Okay, and we use a combination of them. Like for intraday morning glory, we use a lot of time-based targets as well. Okay, so just a quick recap on the 3 types of target: money, time, and technical. Okay, use a combination of them to make your target points very strong. Okay, and validate them by your research. Validate them by your research. Okay, good. Of course, as I said, when you follow the professionals, it's going to be much more faster and be um, quicken the journey for you guys as well. We shortcut the journey. All right. Okay. Good. Right. So now moving on. Trade reconcile. Trade reconcile for this week. Okay, so let's see how we did for Morning Glory. So on our live trades over here, how well did we do? So this is what we got: 14 plus 10 plus 21 pips. So this was how we fared for the week. So if I were to total that all up, you can see that a total sum of 45 pips. So Morning Glory, we are up. We are up 45 pips. Okay, 45 pips for the week times 10 pounds a pip, that will be 450 pounds. Do remember also that we took a dollar Swiss trade as well on the live trading week. So we took this in real time in front of audience and with real cash, and we got a 14 pip profit there as well. I had to take it out really quickly on the target base point because one, that it was not the usual currency that we usually do, and the second was that it was not really the usual trade. It was a anomaly trade as well. Okay, so that's what we got in terms of Morning Glory. In terms of our live performance, in terms of system performance, what should have happened? We got a 38 pip profit. Okay, so we did outbeat the system this week. Okay, so that's on Morning Glory. Now taking a look now at, let's say now, our smart money trades for the week. Now, we did close our Aussie dollar. Remember, we only reconcile it depending on when we closed it. Remember that? Yeah. So 11 July comes into this week. So that's on Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar, we had a small profit of 28 pips over here. And in terms of dollar Swiss, 2 positions we took. Unfortunately, we took 2 of them. We got a hit on them, and that was 48 and 44 pips. So overall, when you add them all up together, we have a small loss of minus 64 pips. Do remember what I've told you all in the other video before, that whatever that you do, you must always make sure that your losses are small, so that in certain other weeks, when the wins are big, like the lift-off week when we had about 300 pips of profit at 3,000 pounds, right, 10 pounds a pip, and that kind of stuff, you can override the small losses really fast. Okay, it's got to be very critical. You got to look at that, right? So we got a small loss here at Smart Money this week at minus 64 pips. Now let's move on into our live trade mentorship advanced strategies. So over here, what we do have at the moment is our dynamic breakout trade. We had 18 pips profit. This one over here. Euro dollar we took 11th of July. That's what we did. Small profit over here. Small wins. Do you remember that one? One out of the 4 outcomes that I've talked about. So 18 pip profit on Euro dollar. Then we move on to, let's say, what others we got. Liftoff, no trade this week at all. The last ones we took it only in June. These are low frequency trades, but they are very high profitable strategies. And the last one what we got is PTP. Money bars as well. Money bars. Yes, dollar Swiss. We did take a dollar Swiss trade. We did get a bit of a hit on that as well. So dollar Swiss has not been performing really well for us. We've been losing out quite a bit on that. Minus 61 pips on dollar Swiss. minus 61 pips on dollar Swiss on that. And finally, we got our profit turning points. Profit turning points have not been closed out yet. The only ones that are really going on live at the moment is cable and dollar yen. So let me just highlight that for you guys. So that's what we have at the moment. I mean, I'm sure Rishi will be doing a video for you guys very shortly. So these are all open trades at the moment, and they're going really in our strong favor. As you can see over here, 129.54 is where we entered the trade. 129.54 is where we entered the trade. So you can see over here, 129.54 is where we entered the trade over here. You can see 129.54. So really far low down. So let me just take a look on the daily over here. 129.54 is where we got in. Currently right now we are over here with 65 pips up. 65 pips up. That's 650 pounds. Okay. And the dollar yen trade. Let's take a look at the dollar yen as well. Dollar yen, we were going short on dollar yen, and now it has really strongly gone in our favor. Okay, so we got in here at the close of this bar, and right now we are really high up, 84 pips. 84 plus 65, we are up like 149 unrealized profit. Okay, unrealized profits. Right, so, but, the ones that we have closed out so far, if I were to do a trade reconcile on all of them, so let me just do it on a summary basis at the moment. So, Morning Glory comes in at 45 pips positive, right? And we got Smart Money, minus 64. And then we got Dynamic Breakout, which is 18 pips. And then we have Money bars at minus 61 pips. And then we've got Liftoff, no trades at all this week. And what else we got? We got PTP, no trades closed off for this week, but currently we have unrealized profits of at least 145 pips. Okay, as I showed you just now, 65 plus 80 pips. Okay, on the dollar yen. This was what I was showing you over here. I'm sure Rishi will be doing a video for you guys very shortly as well. Okay, so currently right now we are like 65-70 pips. It's really incredible. All our clients are really learning a lot from it as well, and some of them, you know, on their own risk and disclaimers, of course, over there they will probably be placing their trades by themselves as well on their own accord of risk. Right. So that's what we do have. So let me just bring up the journal. So that's what we have. So overall, when you add them up together, now of course, we got to be only talking about the realized profits only. So realized, if I add up all the realized ones, is 59 minus 59 pips for the week. But of course, the ones that are running at the moment, the PTP, will be closing them out today. If they all close out for this amount, which is plus 145, then 145 minus 59. Let me just quickly do that for you guys. So 145 minus 59 pips, we will end up in the week with a positive 86 pips profit, and 10 pounds a point, that would be 860 pounds, which is what people toil really to even earn. 860 pounds in the week just by managing these positions. Do remember, with your capital increase, you can raise up even the amount that you're putting in through. It can even be 50 pounds a pip, 100 pounds a pip, but do remember, you do it gradually as your knowledge increases, as your knowledge and your conviction, your confidence increases. Okay, so that's all from me for this Forex Friday. So just to summarize up, all trade reconcile, if you were to close up all the unrealized profits by today as well, we'll end up with net profit 86 pips. Okay, so that's pretty much that from me. So on this Forex Friday, what you learn is one topic that was 3 types of target, where we went through money target, technical target, and time target, and finally we did a trade reconcile where we are currently up, and we close out all our unrealized profits as well. Overall, it will come up to 86 profits. Here we are, Master the Markets, always here in one mission: to establish the truth in this industry. It's still up on here. founder of Master Markets, Illustrious Conference and Traders Open Day. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.